knows how to deal with it, he puts on a bear skin. So this reminds us, of course, of the story of Grimm's bearskin. And in that case, bearskin had to kill an actual bear. In this case, it doesn't say he does that, but there's maybe an implication of him wearing something that it's like it's like hair of the dog that bit you or something. Uh, you're taking in something, a little bit of something rough, poison or something to make you stronger. So he's putting on the guise of a bear. And then yes, he goes out into the woods and it's dark and he never sees the robbers that are that could waylay him, could kill him, but they see him, but he hears their deliberation and they're talking to each other and they say, well, he must not have anything to take, so we should, just don't bother him, which again is like bearskin in the Grimm's brothers bearskin. But anyway, yeah, what do you think of that part?
Mm,
Because it seems like it's like yeah, it's an intelligent guise that he puts on, right? Because
mm,
he's not showing his gifts to everybody anymore, which is what made them be laughed at before. So you should be
mm,
careful. That's probably another deeper meaning of this whole story is the vulnerability of the gold children.
mm.
Their father was
Well,
afraid for them to go out. There's a reason for that. Then they were laughed at the inn by all the rowdy people there. And then they could have he could have been killed in the forest. But by now he has learned how to hide it. He's gotten some awareness and some, skill or something. And he knows to hide his golden nature from the world. But then with the guise that he puts on, now it creates a new danger for him in a different context when he meets the beautiful girl and they want to get married. And she, just like in the story Bearskin, she sees right off that he's quality and that she agrees to marry him. And they get married like in this fairy tale story, like the next day practically. And not only was she willing to get married, but she specifically says she will always be true to him, which maybe there's some sort of contrast there with his own mother's action towards his father, to where she doesn't have faith or something. She doesn't have faith in the unknown. She always needs to know, and she's willing to sacrifice her whole, all their livelihood and everything just so that she has to know. Although later she's given the gift, which is again like maybe Christian theology where you can only get God's grace or something. It's sort of a mystery how it comes to you, which I think there is a larger truth there to whether you're Christian or not. Of it's sort of unknown whether you're going to get sort of wisdom or peace, although it's not like it's just only by luck, because there are ways to sort of get more wisdom and peace through philosophy, through mental training, and with meditation and prayer is like a meditation. Different religious traditions and philosophical traditions have different ways of acquiring these things, but it still is a mystery what's what's going to kind of happen, on the other side of it, whether you'll get really or how much of God's grace you'll get, or whether you get God's grace, or whether you'll get sort of awakening experiences like in the sort of Buddhist traditions, or if you'll get enlightenment. It is sort of said by some enlightenment to be an accident, although meditation makes you accident prone. Anyway, yeah, he goes to the so he's getting he's all good, right? He's survived a lot of some difficulty and he's ready to get married to the beautiful girl who's like seemingly like the picture of virtue and faithfulness. But then yeah, her father hates his appearance and is going to kill him. So again, he has another social physical danger there. And this time he's saved by his wife. Or you could say this is sort of like sometimes we are saved by our cunning with like putting on the bearskin, or sometimes we are saved by our feminine nature, by our soft pleading, right? Because she doesn't, it's not like they do anything to the father or they run away or something like that. She talks to him, right? Then the father said wrathfully, "A vagabond shall never have my daughter," and was about to kill him. Then the bride begged as hard as she could. "He is my husband, and I love him with all my heart," until at last he allowed himself to be appeased. So there's this kind of soft, kind of, yeah, pleading that. So this is he escapes that danger through a different way, and you can say he acquired that ability, or he acquired the person who can do that through what, through his having gone through danger, being able to having courage and having intelligence, and you can say all that shows through the outer clothing, the bear skins that he's wearing.